Hey there, and welcome. So, let's just dive right into something we all know, and let's be honest, kinda hate. You know what I'm talking about. That little box that pops up on pretty much every website you visit now, forcing you to make a choice about your data. Yeah, the cookie consent pop-up.
You know the feeling, right? You're just trying to read an article, maybe do some shopping, and bam! This thing takes over your screen. And your eye immediately goes to that one big, shiny button just screaming, "Accept all." You feel kind of cornered, right? Well, that's exactly the point.
And here's the thing you've got to realize. That feeling of being nudged or, basically shoved into clicking accept, that's not some random mistake. It is a deliberate, carefully calculated design choice. It's engineered to get you to do one specific thing.
So, here's our game plan. And we're going to pull back the curtain on this whole digital trap. We'll start with the pop-up itself. Then we'll decode what the experts call dark patterns. We'll dig into the psychology they're using against us, figure out the real price of that single click, and then finally, we'll look at what a fair, honest choice is actually supposed to look like.
Okay, first up, the scene we all know so well. You land on a new website and boom, your content is blocked. Your eyes are immediately drawn to that big, bright, colorful button, the one that says accept all or I agree. And at the same time, any other choice like manage settings or reject, it's what? It's tiny, it's gray, it's tucked away in a corner like they don't want you to see. Right. So this whole manipulative design trick, it's not just annoying, it actually has a name. It's a classic example of something called a dark pattern. And it's a user interface that's built from the ground up specifically to trick you.
So, the most important thing to get here is that a dark pattern isn't just about bad design. It's an interface that's been intentionally crafted to deceive you. It's all about steering you toward a choice that helps the company, usually at the expense of your own interests. And in this case, yeah, we're talking about your privacy.
But how do they actually pull it off? How are these designs so good at getting us to click that one button over and over? Well, it all boils down to a few really clever psychological tricks that play on our most basic human instincts. And here are the big three. First, they take advantage of our need for the path of least resistance. I mean, it's one easy click to accept versus who knows how many clicks through confusing menus just to say no. Second, they create what's called a false hierarchy. They use bright, bold colors to make their choice pop, while making your choice look dull and unimportant. And third, they are totally counting on consent fatigue. They know that if they just keep throwing these annoying pop-ups at you, eventually you'll just give in and click anything to make it go away. Okay, so we've seen how they get us to click. But that brings up a really important question. When you hit that accept all button, what are you really agreeing to? I can tell you it's a lot more than just letting a site remember your password.
That one little click often gives companies permission to follow you all across the internet, from site to site. They build this incredibly detailed profile of you, your age, your interests, maybe even your health issues. And then, this digital version of you gets sold to advertisers who want to target you with scary accuracy. Your data literally becomes the product that fuels this gigantic industry.
It all sounds pretty bleak, I know. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. There is a fair and honest alternative. One that actually respects your choice instead of trying to manipulate it.
And the difference, as you can see, is just crystal clear. Instead of that manipulative setup, a truly neutral choice presents accept all and reject all as completely equal options. Same size, same color, same easy click. This is what real informed consent is supposed to look like. And honestly, it's what privacy laws, like the GDPR in Europe, are supposed to guarantee.
This cake analogy just nails the whole issue perfectly. A dark pattern doesn't give you a real choice. It just makes one option so much easier that it feels like the only option. Of course, you're going to take the cake. Who wants to go fill out forms? And that's exactly what these websites are counting on.
So look, this trap is designed to be invisible, right? It's meant to work on you subconsciously, but now you see it. Now you can see the design, you know the tricks, and you understand what's really at stake. The only question is, now that you're armed with this knowledge, what are you going to click next time?